Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about how to use the We Are Makers button press. I've actually had this machine for about 3 years now and I use it quite often. I'm pretty comfortable using it and let's go over some of the parts that came with this kit. At the time of purchase, this kit included 4 sets and the plates. So we had a large set, a medium, a small, and a heart-shaped set. It also included the bottom plate and the top plate. Each set has its own die cut to help you cut your image. And you'll use that with the plates and the button press. You also have a top insert labeled with the word top and the letters A and B, and a base also labeled with A and B. Think of these letters as your first and second step. So let's begin. Let's add the bottom plate and the top plate. We're going to use our small circle die cuts and inserts. So you'll have some guides on the circle to help center your design. I like to check the back to make sure that I have enough paper so that I get a full circle when I press down. You're going to use the lever and you're going to give it a good press. And that's it. We've cut our first circle. We're going to try another one. This time the paper is slightly larger. I normally like to cut the extra just to avoid the image from shifting when you cut it. Okay. And then you're just going to swing your base to align with the top base, or the top plate, I'm sorry. And just give it a good press again. And that's it. Since I have several cutouts, I'm going to speed up the video for the rest of them. Here you see me adding my scrap sheet of holographic to a couple of my designs. I just wanted to use up the scrap that I had. And to be honest with you, this is my favorite finish for my pins when I make them. This, and lately it has been also using fabric. But that's another video, guys. All right, here you see a side view of what we just saw a few minutes ago. I'm just cutting my last image. And now we're going to get ready to assemble the pins. So we're going to remove the plates and we're going to add now the inserts for the small button pin. So when adding the top insert, it's best to add it by starting on the B setting and then rotating your, so add to B and then rotate it to the A setting. And for the base, you will hear it click into place once it's in the correct spot. But you also want to make sure that your base is set to the A setting. We're going to add the face plate for the pin and then our image. And I forgot to mention that the base has a line to help guide your print or your image so that way it's centered to when we add the backing. And then we just simply swing the base to match the top insert and the bottom insert for the A setting. All right, I can tell this one didn't go all the way down because it's kind of far from me. So it's best to have the button pressed near you, but because I'm recording and I want it to be in frame, I had to move it a little bit away from me. So you'll see me pushing the machine back and forth. So now we're going to do the backing. The opening to the pin should be on your right side and the coil should be on your left side. Here's a different view. The coil should be on the left side and the hook should be on the right side. And then you just align the hook and the coil using the guides on the insert. All right, now we're going to set this to the B setting and press down, swing back out, and that's it. And you'll just need to repeat the same steps if you're adding a Mylar sheet to it. All right, now we're going to switch over to the large button. And this time we're going to add fabric to it. I did have to fuse this fabric with printer paper as the fabric was too thin. I used this, the heat and bond, and it seemed to work well. And this is what my piece looked like before I cut it with the die cut. All right, so we would do the same steps. Add the plate, the fabric, no Mylar because I like to customize these. I usually add either vinyl or what else? I think that's all I've added so far, just vinyl, but it's been different vinyl finishes like a flock vinyl or a smooth one. I haven't tried the puff vinyl. That would be kind of fun to do. But the process is the same. Just wanted you see me here giving an extra press just to make sure that it does hold. And then I'm going to switch to the medium inserts to try a medium button with the same fabric. And the final one will be the small insert. So switching those plates, those inserts for the small one. And so the best tip I can give you is to make sure that the press is it's close to you. When pressing down, you want to make sure that you're able to bring down the press evenly, and this will ensure that the pin gets pressed into the top insert correctly. When I've had errors with the buttons, it's because I haven't been holding the press correctly or I was on an unstable surface. So you want to, that's the other thing, make sure that you're on a stable surface so that it presses correctly every time. And here's what they look like. I have so much fun making these and I love including them as gifts. Which one will you try next? Will you try the round one or the heart shape? If you want to do the heart shape buttons, watch my next video. And again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share.